This is why the Denver Broncos were able to beat the Cleveland Browns today. So, the Denver Broncos, after starting off the season 1-5, after the massacre in South Beach, 70-20 to the Miami Dolphins, after almost losing to the Chicago Bears before that incredible comeback at Soldier Field, we have been able to showcase some resilience, some moxie, some savvy. This team is just built different, man. The Denver Broncos are now 6-5, above 500, getting ready to enter December playing extremely meaningful football, getting ready to enter December with a winning record. The Denver Broncos have already improved on their win-loss record from last season. Absolutely got the coaching hire right with Sean Payton. You can see just the Hall of Fame coach in Sean Payton completely permeating around the building, setting the tone in the locker room, and just completely establishing a upfront mauling culture with the offensive line. And that is the ultimate reason why I feel like we were able to win today, was the performance of the offensive line. I was really worried about this game, even with Cleveland playing a backup quarterback and ultimately their third string quarterback when PJ Walker entered the game. I obviously hope that Dorian Thompson-Robinson is okay. The flag should have never come out on that play, but regardless, I hope that DTR is okay. I saw that he had blood coming out of his mouth. I was at the game, so I didn't see the TV copy, but what I saw on Twitter was that he did have some blood coming out of his mouth there. But regardless, man, Denver up front, their offensive line just completely eliminated Cleveland's front seven, and that is why I was so concerned about this game, was because Myles Garrett is single-handedly a game wrecker. He was like Von Miller in 2017, 2015. He's like that prime Von Miller game wrecker. That's what Myles Garrett can do. And then on the other side, you got Zadarius Smith at edge rusher. And then on the interior, you've got guys like Dalvin Tomlinson and our old friend Shelby Harris. And then their second level, you've got linebackers that are just really, really physical. Anthony Walker, who fortunately for the Broncos was out today. And then Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, who played an absolutely phenomenal game despite Cleveland's loss. And then in their secondary, Denver caught another break because they didn't have Denzel Ward, their star corner, but they still have plenty of other good pieces in that secondary. They are just a complete all-around defense, and Denver kind of picked them apart, honestly. If it weren't for some questionable calls by the officials, that's going to be its own video, because I thought that the ref ball in this game was terrible. If it weren't for some of those questionable calls, Denver could have put up even more points on Cleveland, and this could have been just an absolute slaughter at Mile High. I mean, let's come over here and take a look at the stats from this performance and just really look at the stats that aren't there for Cleveland's defense. Myles Garrett had an absolutely pedestrian day. 2 total tackles, 1 TFL in the run game, and a pass deflected. That's it. No QB hits for Myles Garrett. He was basically a non-factor in pass rush, and that's something that you can just attribute that to Garrett Bowles, man. Garrett Bowles was absolutely phenomenal in this game. Mike McGlinchey on the other side was also really, really good in this game, I thought. He's really improved his game over the past couple of weeks. Took care of Zadarius Smith really, really well. The Broncos also chipped at various points throughout the game with their tight ends, Chris Manhertz and Adam Troutman. Shout out to Troutman, also caught that pass from Russell Wilson in the end zone. Just an incredible throw and catch there. That was some vintage Russell Wilson stuff. But also on the interior, we were able to completely eliminate Dalvin Tomlinson and Shelby Harris for the most part. I mean, Quinn Miners was his usual superstar self. Lloyd Cushenberry continues to improve each and every single week. He's one of the best centers in the NFL right now. And then Ben Powers, that free agent signing is starting to pay off. He's been really, really good at left guard. Our entire offensive line deserves a steak dinner for this performance. I mean, we come over here and look at sacks. JOK did get 1 sack. That's it. And then tackles for loss, they got 6 tackles for loss on the day. And QB hits, they only got 4 QB hits on Russ on the entire day. 1 from Z Smith, 1 from Shelby, 1 from Juan Thornhill, and then the 1 from JOK that resulted in a sack. So, I mean, that is complete domination up front from Denver's offensive line. And dare I say, one of the most long-standing weaknesses for the Denver Broncos is now becoming one of their biggest strengths. Even dating back to the Peyton Manning days, the Denver Broncos have had issues on their offensive line. First of all, knock on wood, for the first time in I don't even remember how long, all five guys have played every single snap together up front. That is absolutely huge. We haven't had a major injury on the offensive line completely derail things. And I mean, dude, I still can't remember the last time that the Denver Broncos had an offensive line with this much just cohesiveness. I mean, literally, they've played every single snap together. Their communication is top level. They pick up stunts really, really well. This offensive line is phenomenal. And the last time that I think the Denver Broncos truly had a phenomenal offensive line was, I don't know, kind of the late Tebow, early Peyton Manning days. Those are really the last truly great Denver Broncos offensive lines that I can think of. This is just incredibly awesome to see. Got to give a shout out to Zach Strief, the Broncos offensive line coach. It's very clear and evident that players love playing for him. He's a former player, the complete and total opposite of Butch Barry, who is just one of the worst coaches in general in the NFL. The fact that he got another offensive line coaching position is completely shocking to me. But yeah, man, this entire offensive line deserves a big steak dinner over at Elway's or Shanahan's. I mean, literally, these guys have been road graders for us. They've kept Russell Wilson clean. Russ, I imagine, had a pretty clean jersey today. I haven't watched the TV copy yet, but I imagine Russ's jersey was pretty damn clean after this one. The Broncos just absolutely kicked Cleveland's ass up front. And it's something, I'm a big fan of trench football. I absolutely love to see it. All right, Broncos country, I am curious. What are your thoughts overall on the Denver Broncos offensive line's performance against the Cleveland Browns? And how excited are you to see this offensive line continue to gel as we move forward? Drop those comments down below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts as always. Be sure to leave a like on this video as well as subscribe and ring the bell so these videos appear in your notification feed. I would really appreciate it, guys. Those are two free and easy ways to show your support, helps tell YouTube's algorithm to push us out, and helps us get seen by more and more members of Broncos country just like you and me. And until next time, guys, I'm your host, Gage Madrid. Your Denver Broncos are 6-5. Peace out, guys.